Ich bin Ihr Verbindungsoffizier, um die Befehle vom BDU weiterzuleiten. Wie kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein? Dies sind aktuelle Einsatzbefehle vom BDU, streng geheim.
Alright, so we have 2 missions from the Norwegian campaign. I will take the sector topic because this is quite easy to sink 7,000 tons. For the escort mission, our U-boat is quite slow, so if we will have to catch up with enemy warships, then we will be probably on a disadvantage. So in this situation, I will take the sector AN4 mission.
Wenn sich die Sonne neiget, der feuchte Nebel steiget, mein Tagwerk ist getan, mein Tagwerk ist getan.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
And we also change the priority for our watch officer, so he will be with higher priority doing a watch, and then with lower priority playing cards with the crew to keep the morale high. Or discipline. The crew is already quite tired from all the missions we did, but now we have to still work on the Norwegian campaign because it's going to close in June 1940. This is going to be quite short window of opportunity to do all 3 missions. We currently are doing only the first one, so we still have 2 more to go to finalize the campaign. So we have to, we cannot give the crew any rest for now.
Kurs setzen.
Wir wurden von einem nahegelegenen U-Boot über ein mögliches Ziel in diesem Gebiet informiert.
This could be our target. I will double check where this is currently reported from U101, but I think this could lead to our 7,000 tons required for this mission as really quickly, because the convoy typically has more merchant ships. Or maybe not, they are going far north from our position. Most likely this is out of our reach.
Wir haben neue Befehle vom BDU erhalten.
Alright, so U-51 gone missing, and we will have to investigate, so... Yeah, we received it their last position, so we'll approach this with priority.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Zielposition erreicht.
Patrouillengebiet erreicht.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Herr Kaloin, wir haben unsere Position erreicht. Kurs setzen. Zielposition erreicht. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So we have to find them.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Herr Kanal, dies scheint das vermisste U-Boot zu sein, das wir finden sollen.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs 262 Grad.
So we see no movement on deck. There's no one. We have to investigate what happened.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
So we will send our team.
Alle Maschinen stopp!
That's really unfortunate. So no one survived on the U-51. Okay, so there was a release of chlorine gas from the damaged batteries. So just mine the boat and send the crew and the boat to the bottom of the sea. Now we will have to investigate our main mission, so we will get probably
Kurs
somewhere
auf
there in
diese
between these
Koordinaten
two
setzen.
main corridors and try to do a hydrophone check. We can do that even here.
Kurs setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus. Kurs setzen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
So the main mission is to travel almost 1000 nautical miles inside the area, or we can optionally find ships with complete tonnage of 7000 tons, and this would also like count to the completion of this mission assignment. So I think this is easier to do as soon as we find anyone.
Zielposition erreicht.
First we will perform visual check, and if we do not see anyone, we will perform the hydrophone check. Okay, so we don't see anyone.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter.
We'll dive and then
Horchraum besetzen.
perform the hydrophone.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
darum.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
35 Meter.
Schraubengeräusche. Großer Konvoi.
Okay, perfect.
Peilung
So we have a large
15
convoy
Grad.
already.
Kurs setzen.
Probable location somewhere here. And then they are going north as well. So they are probably going not to
40 Meter.
Bergen, but maybe even to Narvik. But still we will be able to intercept them, but I will go a bit further in front
Kurs
of
auf
them,
diese Koordinaten setzen.
and then we can meet them face to face. That's easier for us. Expected depth
35
in this
Meter.
location is around 100 to 200 meters, which is too deep for our U-boat, but we hopefully we don't need to submerge to the bottom, or we do not get any leakage. Okay, so the whole area seems to be 100 to 200 meters.
40 Meter.
Anblasen.
Aktuelle Tiefe 20
Auf
Meter.
Dieselmotoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Herr Kaloy, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Alright, so we see a ship in front of us. Maybe this is
Alarm!
already
Konvoi in Sicht! Peilung!
They're faster than
355
expected.
Grad!
There are to our port side, so to our left side. We see destroyer as the last ship. This is Empire Tower. This is another. No, this is Explorer. Right, so we see 5 freighters, 1 destroyer for now. And we have to speed up a bit to catch up with them, so
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Äußerste Kraft voraus. Kurs 320 Grad.
exactly 1 o'clock in the morning, but since we are already in April, I think we are close to having sun most of the day, so maybe the sun will rise around 3 o'clock and we will be already quite easily detectable. We have to hurry up. also one corvette. Probably this one, the leading ship. Oh no, this one. This is the corvette.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe unter Kiel 206 Meter. Torpedo 2 gewartet. Verstanden.
So at 3:30, around 3:30, we have Empire Explorer. As you can see, there are these three masts, one in the middle, two with flags, then one in the middle, barely visible but it's there, so this is Empire Explorer and I want to calculate its distance.
Torpedoes eingeleitet.
Aktualisieren.
Very roughly 8
Entfernung
kilometers.
8,
Our torpedoes
1,
are
5,
only able
7
to
Meter.
hit 6.5, so we still need a couple of minutes on high speed to get to them closer. Okay, at around 3:05, 3:10 we have two Empire Towers. If I show you, so it's typical with two masts with the flags, and then at the end there are these two towers, like two poles. So these are both the same type. This Explorer around 3. No, this is another one 3:30. Okay, so we have 3:30, and then we also one Explorer at 3:20. Okay, let's measure distance to this 310 Empire Tower. Very roughly 7 kilometers.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 6, 8, 0, 4 Meter. This is most likely type B class, yeah. And its speed is up to its speed is up to its speed is up to 35 knots, and we are currently around 11-12. So if we are detected, then we cannot escape. This stabilized view, we are using binoculars, which has very good zoom. We can directly see all the details of the ships. But switching to the equipment which is connected to torpedo computer, like we have this UZO on the deck or periscope below. This has far worse zoom and they are also not stabilized. I believe we will start with our first torpedo at this Explorer class, or Explorer type of
merchant ship, and then we also fire one more a bit later at Explorer Empire Tower. Which is this one, so Empire Explorer first at 310, and then one more at 3.5. Or it was 3.15. Okay, it was already 3.15. So 3.15, 3.5. We are getting closer to them. And maybe one more later at 3.30. On this time. So probably adjust our
Kurs
course a
3,
bit.
2, 8 Grad.
Still too far. They have a confident torpedo course calculation. Yeah, on a small U-boat type 2D, with only 5 torpedoes total, 3 loaded, 2 spare, so we have to calculate it precisely and really decide correctly when we will shoot at what. If we are detected, they will completely abandon the attempt. They will try to hide and leave the area. I assume both Corvette and Destroyer have already SDIC, so they can pinpoint us in the when we will be submerged, so it makes no sense to go to the bottom anyway. The bottom is quite deep here,
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
far from
Der Grund liegt
surface.
tiefer als 150
Yeah,
Meter. Er kann
it's even more than 200.
Messung ist nicht präzise.
And our U-boat is safe around 120. If it's below, then we are already in the dangerous depth. It can crash our U-boat completely, so we do not want to do that. So I will attempt 2 torpedoes fired from the surface, and as soon as they will commence the search, we will try to leave the area and then come back to claim our kill and maybe pick up some survivors. So we have 320, first target. 310 is the second one, and okay, this is already 290. Let's check the distance.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung 5, 2, 9, 2 Meter.
That's doable.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 5, 8, 8, 9 Meter.
Since we received before information about another convoy, I think its speed was 7. So it wasn't from this message. Yeah, this one was from U101. So the previous convoy was at 7 knots, so we will assume the other one is this one which we are currently in pursuit of also uses the same speed. It's just assumption, we will not be able to measure from such a distance.
Aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 7 Knoten. Schussunterlagen
We
aktualisieren.
are still
Entfernung
at
6,
the edge
2, 3, 5
of our
Meter.
torpedo range.
Aktualisieren. Winkel 9, 0. Rechts.
Able to see it, but if they see us then we have to find another convoy, because this could even trigger a destroyer to search for us if we are attacked by an aircraft.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Der Grund liegt tiefer als 150 Meter, Herr Kanal. Die Messung ist nicht präzise genug.
Alright, so this should be, looks like this is an escort carrier, yeah, 316. There are planes on it, so if we will start our attack, maybe the planes will be raised to the air, and then we will have some more problems to deal with, but okay, let's keep it for now, that we know about it. So, let's start firing one torpedo at this Empire Tower. You see these two towers at the end? We're currently in front of it, around 280 something.
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kanal.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 4, 5, 3, 6 Meter. Winkel 8, 0. Rechts. Rohr 2, bewässern.
We are using T5 torpedoes, so they should navigate themselves directly, even if I miscalculate a bit.
Los!
We will see what will be hit. Maybe another completely different ship, because the torpedo itself navigating by the sound of their propellers, so we'll see. If we will hit another target, then I will fire one more at the same tower. It can even return back to our propellers if we are not careful enough, so we could be hit by our own T5. And he already is loading the torpedo to the tube 2, which we already fired. And he is also doing directly maintenance before loading, so this will be already maintained and loaded torpedo. As soon as we hit, there will be an alarm, and they will start searching for us with the flares, ASDIC and all sorts of stuff. Probably also planes will be raised. So let's try to fire one more to this another target. We will see if we hit twice the same or not.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 4, 0, 0, 0 Meter. Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 9, 1. Hub rechts. Rohr 1 bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los! Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe unter Kiel 1,92
This is
Meter.
not as bad as before.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 4, 8, 1, 8 Meter. Gegnerlage 8, 5, rechts. Rohr 2 bewässern.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
Los! Aktualisieren. Winkel 7, 5. Hub rechts. Entfernung 5, 8, 3, 5 Meter. Rohr 3 bewässern. Aktualisieren. Winkel 8, 2. Hub rechts. Los! Alle Maschinen stopp! Auf Seerohrtiefe. Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg. Schleichfahrt. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag. Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
30 Sekunden. Auf Rotlicht wechseln. ...20 Sekunden. ...10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung 3, 4, 7, 5 Meter. Fehlschuss.
So it was reported as a miss, but the torpedo could auto-adjust and turn to the propeller sound, as I said.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe unter Kiel, 150 Meter.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 8,6. Bug rechts. Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg. ...40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. ...30 Sekunden. 90 Grad, Steuerbord. 20 Sekunden. ...10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Fehlschuss. Torpedoversager.
Alright, so one is a dud. Unfortunate.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Ja, Herr Kaloy, ich kümmere mich darum.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
So we
Schwere
hit
Schäden.
Corvette, most likely. 301, yeah, so we hit Corvette. That's bad. This is not counting to tonnage. Now we are already... They're already searching for us.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerfahrt 6 Knoten. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 3, 4, 8 Meter.
so torpedo should be loaded in any moment.
Rohr 1 geladen.
Rohr
And
1
this one is out of
bewässern.
range, right? Because we are already facing away from the convoy.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 9-1. Bug rechts. Entfernung zum Ziel 3,860 Meter.
So this was our last one.
Los!
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich drum.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Hüllenbruch. Sie
Gute
sinken.
Arbeit, Männer.
Schwere Schäden. Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Der Grund liegt tiefer als 150 Meter, Herr
We
Kaloy.
hit something, but
Die
I
Messung ist
did
nicht
not
präzise
see
genug.
what exactly was hit. Yeah, so we have this Isles class corvette already sunk, but this is not what we aimed for. But as I said, T5s are sometimes unpredictable.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe unter Kiel 1, 5, 2 Meter.
Looks like that we hit this one. It has very raised
Der Torpedo ist
front.
auf halbem Weg.
This is Empire Tower. Empire Tower should count like around 4,000 to 5,000. Not sure if this is exactly how it's calculated or if it's like combined weight, not just one which we are trying to. This gross register tonnage. I don't know. We will see. But this one looks pretty bad.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Very good.
Hüllenbruch. Sie sinken.
Empire due. Yeah, it was the one which we saw. Badly damaged. Okay, so at least we have something. We have already a couple of tons, so 2,600. Yeah, there. So not the full displacement tonnage.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe
40
unter
Sekunden bis
Kiel
Torpedoeinschlag.
5, 2 Meter.
.30 Sekunden.
So we have 2 hits, 1 dot, and 1
20 Sekunden.
now going to impact, so I'm still missing 1.
Sekunden bis Einschlag. Fehlschuss.
So it did not hit the target on impact, but it could still turn around or hit something else. So there was a hit. So 1 hit on Corvette, 1 hit now, 1 hit on the one already sank, so these are 3. 1 is that, but I'm still, as I said, missing the 5th one. Yeah, again, this is another tower, so another 2600 around. So this would be around 5000, but we still need 1 more. What could happen in theory, that the warships will try to find us. If successfully or not, we will see. But then they will maybe change, like abandon the convoy and just leave completely different direction, then we can pick up the speed and try to finish them with a machine gun. One by one. There is no ship with any, I mean any freighter with any guns, at least now in this convoy, so if we can lure warships away, then we are safe. If not, then we'll have to find another target, which will be quite challenging when we take into account that we are probably only going to approach convoy. It is unfortunate that we hit Corvette and 1 was a dot, because if not, then we could technically already be finished with this mission. Try to keep destroy completely to our back, because then we are very narrow, even for a ping from SDIC, so they could technically still miss our presence. Right, so one torpedo gone missing. No clue where it hit, or if it hit, or if it was a dot. It was not reported. And we have 3 impacts out of 4. So not bad. Unfortunately, one of them was corvette, which does not count.
Kurs 6, 7 Grad. Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Alright, so this one is already going to sink soon. As I said, we are approaching 5 or over 5 tons from our 7,000 target. I mean 5,000. From our
Sie
7,000.
gehen unter.
Ja, wir haben
Okay,
Arbeit, Männer.
so somehow it's fully accepted. Perfect. I would typically come back, give them supplies, bring captives with us to the base, but since we are in a hurry now, because the Norwegian campaign is really short, it's already April and it's only lasts till 10th of June, and we have to still do 2 more missions. I would probably... Still good to have captives, because we only have 1 reputation point, and this could boost it if we bring them back.
Kurs 7, 8 Grad. Auf Blaulicht schalten. Kreiselkompass ausschalten. Auf Rotlicht wechseln.
It's too dark for the blue alarm, so we have to keep red light to improve our visibility at night.
Auf Rotlicht wechseln. Folgen Sie mir.
Alles klar, ich werde mich darum kümmern. Folgen Sie mir. Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
So they did not detect us at all. We used all our means of countermeasures we currently have. We currently don't have any active, only passive, so we had to turn our U-boat wisely to narrow our profile or to hide us from their sonar. Yeah, we have to wait until they pass, and then maybe I will go back to pick up survivors. There are at least 2 ships hit. I'm not sure about Corvette. I think they did not report that they evacuated it. They tried to fight the fires, probably. Okay, serious damage. I think it was the first one. Oh no, we already lost some history, so that was the second one. Then we hit another, then we hit the first freighter, so I think before there was a corvette, but I do not remember if they say that they evacuated the ship or not. So corvette is actively searching. Destroyer seems to be only like using searchlight if they spot something. They do not even fire flares. And then there was another corvette also in a search mode. Yeah, there. It's the second one, and I think we'll hit the third one. And most likely only 2. 1 corvette, second corvette. Okay, there are still 3 corvettes. And I see 1 destroyer and 1 escort carrier, which we have no means to hit, even though if we will use all 5 torpedoes at it, since the propellers sound, only if we will deactivate, like damage the propellers, then they will have to stop, and then we can wait until every other ship passes and then just destroy it for like passively. But otherwise, if it will be in movement, then all T5 will just hit propellers. So there are these sections in the escort carrier, so they can prevent the flood from going from one section to another. These floodgates, or how it's called, or flood doors. Okay, I'm not going to return there. We will slowly turn more right and increase our speed a bit.
1-0.
Hopefully no one will hear us.
Schneller, schneller.
And then we just return to our base. I think up until now we were never detected by any ship, only when I used time compression too early from like we were still too close to warships, so they detected us and fired at us. One sailor was injured, but it's I think all until now, even mine laying in Cardiff, Portsmouth and all other missions we were never detected, even like today. Which is quite good. Our crew is really very well trained, it looks like. Especially because, as I said, I should not use time compression now because we could get detected by warships. So we will slowly move away.
Schneller, schneller!
There is quite good distance between us and them. So we could even technically surface soon.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Der Grund liegt tiefer als 150 Meter, Herr Kaloy. Die Messung ist nicht präzise genug.
And the searchlight there, so maybe there is one more corvette, one of these three remaining. So most likely we have one there, then there is a destroyer here, and then one more corvette in a search mode at the end behind the convoy. There. Alright.
Alarm beenden. Schleichfahrt beenden.
Jawohl.
Reisekompass einschalten. Kurs setzen! Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen!
Herr Kaloy?
I will use a slow time compression now. Alright, so the crew doesn't see any other ship at the moment, so let me double check it, and if not, if they are really far away, then we can just surface and continue on diesel.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause.
Perfect.
Tanks anblasen!
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln!
Herr Kaloy, wir sind aufgetaucht. Funktelegramm gesendet.
Bestätige. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
That's one task was completed. We have better accumulators now, level 2, which should help us. But we have only one spare point there, so we can't do much now with this one. Let's keep it.
Eines unserer U-Boote hat soeben ein mögliches Ziel innerhalb unserer Reichweite gemeldet.
Herr Kaloy, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern. Herr Kaloy, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Halbe Fahrt voraus. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright, so these two freighters, I think both are Empire Tower type. They somehow, yeah, counted as 7,000 together. I don't know why there is so much difference between them, but yeah, we managed, so we are fine. So we have 3 hits and 1 dot and 1 lost torpedo.
Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an. Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
And I forgot to update accumulators, so let's do that. We already have the currently best available hydrophone, tier 2. Now we switch to tier 2 accumulators as well. Okay, this will take 3 days, but unfortunately maybe we'll do that later because of the campaign. Okay, let's do that later.